When the market gets wild, only one man rides it, the trading cowboy.
Boots on the floor, screen lights glow. Jar like an open road, get it up, let's go. I'm the trading cowboy, stocks are my thing, and Q on the dashboard, hear that bell ring. Bear flags, bull flags, our rope and I brand. This could be the best 8 seconds ever hit this land. Ride those candles, ride that run, long into the highs, yeah, chase that sun. Short it to the lows when the tide starts to set. This could be the best 8 seconds, yeah, yeehaw. I'm the trading cowboy, giddy up, catch that momentum, boy. Charts look wild, I just grin. One more trade, let the rodeo begin.
What is up, guys? Trading Cowboy coming to you live from the tack room. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody getting through? Man, I got to tell you guys, today's my big day, 25-year anniversary to my wonderful wife. What a journey we've been on. So proud that she's mine. So proud that I'm hers. Just give her a little shout out real quick. Babe, I love you. Here's to another 50 more years. Love you. Got a little lunch action going on, eating some lunch, so I'll probably be smacking in y'all's ear. Finally got that bounce on NQ right there from the 610s again. Didn't know the 610 was going to quite come as a good bounce like that, but sure enough. Working on a little inversion now, see if we can get over 708. Not in a trade, kind of missed out on that long run right there, so. Let's give her a little bit and kind of see how she plays out, see if we can catch any trades today. Nice little pull down, man. I think a lot of people were thinking we were going to get that push over that 705s, and they don't want to give it to us right now. Lots of chop setting up on the 1 minute. There's our 5. Maybe our 5's playing out to a nice little bull flag off that rejection, but both those candles closed above those EMAs, so I really figured we'd see a push. So 15, we got a good bounce off everything. Looking bullish over the long term, just right here for the next little bit maybe. Gonna try one right there, kind of keep our tight, stop a little tight maybe. 655s would be where I take it off if it wicks through it too fast, but may add into it a little bit. But this is kind of where we're playing right now. Just see if we can pump back over. Those EMAs are pointing down, so Not just a real good area to be long, but see if we can get a little bounce right here maybe. It's a little move right there. I'm going to take one off right there, kind of eliminate our risk. Set my stop at break even and just see what we can play out. So guys, you're up 10 points right there if you want to take that off. Going to see kind of what it does over these EMAs. So I'm going to trail it kind of tight, but not too tight. There's 15 points, guys, if you want to take that off even. I'm going to put my stop at the bottom of that wick in case it comes back down. See if we can get that push. And runner was stopped. So not a little bad trade right there. I think we got about 200 bucks off that one real quick. Was up 300 on the runner, so probably should have took it, but trying to eat lunch and man, its trade could get a little crazy here and there. And that right there is kind of why I set it below that body a while ago, because I knew if it broke that body, we'd get a little more downside action right here. So now if it can get back up to it and push over it, it'd be a great long, but I'm going to let it just kind of play out now and see. The 5 doesn't look just super good. Let me get back in the routine here. Here's kind of the 5, kind of holding over the VWAP, trying to kind of wick through. It's still building out a little bit of a bull flag if that's the case there. So about halfway through a 15 minutes. So I like that it pushed down first. We don't really have a huge wick on the top, but let's see if these EMAs can hold. So if we can get back up above the 670s maybe a good area, decent area. Let's just see how it plays out though. If it gets back above the 65s, I may try another long, but let's just see for a second and see how it works out. Decent little move right there. Kind of getting back above those EMAs on a 1 minute. Trying to get back above the VWAP on the 5. There's our 5-minute close. Push straight down kind of. If it comes back up to the 68s or so, I may take one right there. We'll just see what happens. Straight back down, so no real trade in that then. See if this is going to be support. That 650s maybe. Could kind of be. Again, back up to the 55s roughly, kind of the center of that previous candle. That'd kind of be a player, but let's see if this is going to be a little push up to push right back down. Might could have shorted it down to the 200 on the 5, huh? The 638s maybe, if we get that far. There's our little push back up. Almost tried. Probably took out a few stops, not many. Most people probably would have had their stop above 70s, 80 area, so. I'm going to try one off that bottom shoulder there. Y'all know me, guys. As soon as it made that same entry, I just made that same entry there. Was up pretty nice for a second. It may just come chop us right back out. I'm going to put it back to the bottom of that wick, so if it comes back down, it'll just stop us out for about 4 or 5 points. Up a little over 10 right there. Fighting those EMAs. Yeah, runner stopped out. Shucks, guys. That 56 is still showing a good support area. Yeah, see, should have stayed in that, guys. Should have rode it a little longer. Got bucked off. Five's got about 2 minutes left on it. Finally got back above that VWAP. Still making lower lows, so not making higher highs. So building out a nice bull flag if it would get up here and push, but there's our 15 looking good. You just really got to get that push back up. Or there's a nice push. Not in anything, guys. Shucks. Wigged me out by like probably 1 point a while ago. Nice strong push. Probably got a clear. Not in anything, guys. There's kind of what I'm seeing right there. Big pullback. Five's fixing to close. Trying to get above those EMAs, but it's right there at it. Perfect rejection to make a lower high right there. See what kind of continuation we get now. There's our 656 bounce again. Trying to hold right there, just don't think it's going to. If it holds right here, I'll go in around the 65 area, maybe 60, 60, 62, 65. I'm going to give it just a second. It's really trying to push down, so. There's the push down. See if it's going to wick back up. Maybe a buyer at the 62 or 3s maybe. I'm going to try 2 right there, guys. I'm in just a little bit. I'm going to set a couple stops. Just kind of trail this as crazy as it's been. Got one left at break even. Come on, push up there. Push up there, come on. There was 10 real quick. Probably going to wick us out. Almost wicked us out. There's the push. Got the push that time. There's 10 points. Stops in place. There's 17 points, guys. Come on. There's 20. 25. Come on, guys. Let's go. Trailing it tight. Runner hit. Excellent trade, guys. Look at that, guys. Got out of that just in time. 15.55 on that account right there for the day. Let's go. Good trade off the bottom right there at the 65s. Rolled it all the way up to the 85s. 30 points. Couple contracts. Let's go, guys. Come on. Took one back here also. Here was a little setup here. Buy 2 right here. Or 4, 2. Buy 1, 2. Sold here. Sold the other 2 up here at the top. Come on, guys. $15.55 on that account already. Not bad, right, guys? 19 minutes in, 20 minutes into our stream. Let's go. All right, pushing right back up. It had a wick down, kind of scared me, made me nervous. Got us stopped out. Nvidia's pushing back for the highs. VIX is finally starting to curl back down. ES is pushing back up. Maybe we can get a little run on this one right here. What do you think? Finally pushing over. Trying to make a higher high. Can we push over that? May try one at the 700s. Got in at 702. Look at that run, guys. Come on. There's 10 points if you want to take it. I'm going to kind of trail it a little light, see if we can get a bigger push. There's my 9 points. It took my runner right off the bat. Nice little push right off the bat. Get a little 200 bucks. 180, I guess, for being technical. Didn't want to be in too long because I got in right at the 700, 702s. I didn't want that sucker to wick right back down. But look at that push. There's the 20s. May get a little rejection right here. Let's see. Trying to get that rejection right there. What a push. You know, it's kind of really hadn't been respecting that 20 area. Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh. Huge squeeze right there. Squeeze them shorts hard, guys. Look at that, guys. Right back up. Look at that 15-minute bull flag. Let me switch that over there. Look at that. Look at that nice 15-minute bull flag retracement right off the bottom ORB. Huge pump on this candle right here. Over 100 points. Beautiful, guys. Wow. H-Town Trader. Yep, awesome 5-minute squeeze for sure. Yeah, look at that. The 5 and the 15, man, just a perfect bull flag. Long, continuous bull flag setting up. H-Town Trader. Nice. Yeah, ES is rocketing. Kind of nervous to go in after a 1-minute candle like that, though, isn't it? I don't know what kind of pullback I want. Did you catch any of that, H-Town Trader? Tell me you did. Please tell me you caught that. $9.98. Heck yeah. Atta boy. Easy as that, huh? 5-minute just close. Let's see what we do here. A little push down, not much. I really want this to be a bull flag, but I don't see no support down here for 30, 40 points, so a little nervous. Nice squeeze, though. Wow. Kind of what we're looking at right there. Hey, Zero Dawn, what's up? Man, just caught a few killer trades. Missed that squeeze right there, but hit a banger while ago for... Got one account up to a little over $1,555 for the day, and working on another one right now, trying to get that consistency rule set in, so... Doing good. How are you been? How was this weekend? Yeah, thanks, man. Wish I could have caught that squeeze right there. A little over 100 points, but always better to wish we were in the trade than wishing we weren't, right? Got about 3 minutes left on the 15. I think we could just get a little pullback, a little inversion now, maybe, so we can go clear that 797, maybe push back up over the 800s. Especially if we can get over the 200 EMA right here. It's at 755 on the 15 minute. Already well over it on the 5, but may try one in the 750s, 760s if it comes back. Maybe 760 if it doesn't give us anything else. See if that's going to become our shelf. I'm going to kind of go light right here maybe. Good, I'm glad. There's our little retracement. Yeah, I'm glad this weekend went well. If we can hold that 760, I'll be a player. Again, 750, 760 is kind of the middle of that previous, so. Alright, let's try one right there at the 760s. Again, nice and light, kind of targeting this top. I may try to trail this if we do get a push. Yeah, Zero Dawn. I mean, yeah, mine was great. So, yeah. Me and the missus hung out all weekend, which is always fun. Today's our anniversary, so we've been married 25 years today. So, man, super proud that she's kept me that long for sure. All right, guys, you're up 10 points right there if you took that trade with me in the 60s. Don't feel scared to take that off for sure. Just wanted to get to those highs. I'm just going to trail it about 10 points behind it. If we don't get wicked out right here. All right, I'm going to pull it back down. I'm going to set it at break even. If it wicks down, we'll reassess. Really thought we'd get that push over the 785s. I'm going to set one. I'm going to set a target up there so the sim money makers know where my take profit is. If it wicks me out, we'll start over. Already took one off, so. Yeah, thanks. 25 years is something I'm sure proud of for sure. All right, guys, there's over 15 points, almost 20 points. I'm going to go ahead and trail it this time. I'm not going to give too much of it back this time if it don't work. Man, stopped right out. I mean, it kind of petered out on us up there at the top at that 79s. Probably going to get a little wick down here maybe, then we'll get a good push, but I don't want to be in any drawdown when this happens, so. Again, if you were smarter than me, you got at least 15 points out of that. There's a little wick. 15-minute close about 45 seconds ago. There's our 15, respecting the 200 EMA. There's our 30. Kind of wicked a little lower than I thought. If we come back to the 60s, I may try again. I don't know, guys. I want this to be a bull flag pretty bad, but maybe I'm pretending. 15's getting a nice push up. I'm going to try to wait and be patient, guys. Eat some more of my lunch. If y'all hear me smacking, I'm sorry. There's the nice little push up. I'll take it if it pops back over the 75s. Okay, I'm in. Looking for that little push. Up about 6-7 points. Stops at break even. Really want to see it get a good squeeze again. Maybe we can get these 800s up here. May wick me right back out, but I don't know why we couldn't test the 797s. Would be a great little push. Come on, let's go hit 797. Take profits at 795. Alright guys, you're up 15 points right there if you want to take it. I'm going to trail mine to 780s. And stopped out. Shucks. I think we get that 795 push, guys. Anytime it stalls out like that, curious to see what y'all guys do, but when I'm just scalping like this, when it stalls out, I'll go ahead and move it up to where that next deal was. So the top of this previous candle was 780. There's the 795 right to the money. Look at that, guys. Just wasn't patient enough. Just didn't want to get that retest. There's our 800s that I wanted. Figured we had to wick through that 800. If you look back on our 5, there was our 800 area. 797 was kind of the top of those previous bodies. There was our 800 right there. So there was our wick, just to wick up these bodies right here, see if it liked it. Now if we can get a push over this 815, may be pretty good. Get back above that box maybe. Nice little squeeze again though. 5 minutes going to close in 2 seconds. Okay, a little pullback. May get a little pullback here. May have to come back down to the 770 area maybe. Yeah, definitely skeptical when the price is up here today. Yeah, after that rejection. Yeah, for sure. Kind of happened every time, didn't it? Got a little higher that time, so we kind of made a little higher high. So let's see if we get the pullback to push through it now maybe. Did you get y'all's little project done y'all were doing from this weekend? Or get a good start on it? Not to be a perma bear, but I do possibly see a large bear flag forming on the 1, 5, and 15. Hey Miguel, how's it going? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, yeah, guys, everybody here in the chat. Miguel passed an eval today. So, way too cool. He was on our show this morning, me and Greg over at Sink or Swim. And he passed an eval while we were on there. Congrats, Miguel. Yeah, Miguel was the straight animal. We got on there to show him how to pass, and none of us passed, and he did. So look at that. Perfect. Yeah, so what Zero Dawn's saying is he's kind of seeing the little bear flag setup kind of playing out. We did get that pop over the 797s finally. Would be a little nervous right here, guys, with the top of the box here at 815s. I don't, we may see a little pop through the 815s, but I think now we got to get a pullback now. Any news today? I'm not sure, Miguel. We had some this morning, but it was nothing important. Let's see here. Let me get back over here. Another little squeeze coming in, guys. Highs at 842. If you jumped in that, cool. There's the highs being pushed through. Still squeezing. I don't see anything big, Miguel. 50K eval from Take Profit. Can't wait to try that firm next. Yeah, man, I like the TPT for sure. We passed one. We passed one last week. Miguel had to wait the 5 days. Got it funded, I think, Friday, I guess. Did really well on it. I think I made like $1,700-$1,800 on that funded one when I got it passed. Yesterday, me and Greg, when we were on, market was super choppy. Probably shouldn't even been in, but I think I made like $720, so I got it up to like almost 2,600. I think it was 2,594, and so yeah, this morning when I logged in, I went on and took the 594 out. So with their 80-20 split, I think I got 475 is what they put back into my account. So yeah, I took out $475 on that one this morning, and then made a little over 680 on it this afternoon. So it's set up now. So if I want to tomorrow, I could take out another 600 something bucks. So I like take profit for that. Um, their eval, they don't do a trailing drawdown, so it makes it really nice. If you get in and get a little cushion, you can play a little. You can play a little stronger. Um, Once you get to the funded, though, it is a trailing drawdown, um, just like Apex, pretty much. But you do have that trailing drawdown, so you want to really, or I do anyway. I really ride my when I'm funded. I ride that take profit pretty tight, and I kind of usually just trail it. So that is one of the only downsides to it. But man, their payouts are really nice and fast. So I don't see any real news right there, though. Um, I don't know of any big earnings. Y'all may have know some, but how many accounts do you like to trade? So I usually, and I got ate up a little bit last week, so I'm recovering on that. But right now, I pretty much trade Lucid and Take Profit. So I have 5 fundeds on each of them, and I play a little bit of them a little bit different, each different way. So um, I lost 2 of my fundeds on Lucid last week, so I'm trying to get those back. Hopefully, I'll get those funded tomorrow or maybe Thursday if everything works out right. But I do that, and then I try to keep 3 or 4 evals kind of ready to go on standby. So I'd like to add into some other ones. I don't have Apex anymore, or I'd definitely be playing them, but I usually just rotate through them too. Um, I've got 2 of my take profits linked together, so I'm really conservative on it. I kind of wait for a deep, hard pull, um, and then wait for support and try to go in there and try to get a real good bounce if I go in on those. But yeah, so 10 fundeds is usually what I try to run right now. So I've got 8 of them right now, so need 2 more. Yeah, Lucid, TPT are solid slot machines when you get them running. Yeah, I've really been struggling, and it's just I know it's a mental thing, but Lucid has just really got me flustered a little bit. I'll get one right to pay out or even get it above, and then something drastic will happen. So hey, H-Town Trader, it's good to hear. He says, due to consistency rule on funded, can't make any more. Off to work. Great channel. Hey, thanks. Hit that thumbs up button on the way out, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright, guys. Still kind of in no man's land right now, I think, guys. Kind of got that retest. Now we kind of got 2 wicks at the top. If we look way back here, man, today would be a nice day to get that 26. Zero Don says the consistency on Apex can be grueling. Yeah, it can be. You know, it took me a little while to get used to it, but once I kind of figured out the groove, man, it was super nice. But I felt like if I could go in there and just make 600-700 a day consistently, then after day 6 or 7, I could request a full payout, but they didn't like that. So, and it's amazing how everything is just mental. You change prop firms and you can be killing it, and maybe it's just because you feel like a hero, right? But you switch over and then everything goes totally south. I like that 820s as a good support for right now, but we got that 21 way down there if we got to come back to it. I trade all my Apex accounts at once. That's why I used 1 mini. Yeah, that's smart. Super smart. Probably my downfall on Apex was I had one account, one of my first ones. I think it was number 7. I'd have to go back and look. 7 or 10, something like that on my funded. And I wrote it for 7 full $2,000 payouts. And I think that's what got me. Because I had some other ones, you know, that was I'd get 1 or 2 payouts and then blow it. But I rode one and kind of got lucky on, not lucky, but I traded it and got my first payout. Well, actually, I think my very first payout I got ready, they denied it for the drawdown for the MAE. And so I had to trade it for another 8 days. So I made another 3 or 4,000, and I got it up to a little over 10 grand, over 60,000. And so it was pretty easy for me just to go in there and slowly trade it and make 2,000 and then take out the 2,000 so I took 7 payouts before I blew it. And I think that's the account that they kind of came in and said, you're taking too many payouts. So they just told me I couldn't buy anymore. I still got some that renew every now and then, but the renewal on them is crazy. It's $98, I think, to renew it. So, and then you got to pay if you pass it. So I miss Apex for sure, but if y'all could get me enough subscribers, maybe they'd let me back in, huh? And I gotta tell you, Zero Dawn, I've been going in with some on Greg in the morning. I've been going in with some of the micros, and they're not terrible. I do like the little extra cushion you got, but I noticed myself playing, instead of setting up for a 10 or 15 point stop, I'll set up for a 30 or 40 or 50 point stop. So I don't think that's good or not, but I do find myself jumping in a little bit early. I like that little wick down. I probably should have grabbed it a little earlier, but still not a player in anything right here. I like to make 10 points on 20 accounts, and that's it. It's hard when they take the larger moves, like last week, and I noticed taking the trays on TPT. Yeah, for sure. Grabbed one off that previous 9 right there. I don't know if it's going to hold or not. It kind of opened, gapped up a little bit, so see if we can just get this pushed through. There's not really anything. Yeah, you know, when I had my apexes, when I had 20 fundeds, I didn't link them all together, but I had them in groups of 4, so I had 5 different ones. That helped me quite a bit, but sometimes I would find myself kind of growing 1 or 2 at a time. So there's 20 points right there, guys, if you want to take some off. I'm just going to trail it again. I'm going to have it right there at 15 points if it pulls back. Went through almost hit the 60s pretty nice. I only need about 100 more on this one, so if it hits the high again, I'll be out. Well, stop me out right there, so not bad, guys. Got $13.98 on this one. So need to find a nice little 5-point trade, 6-point trade now. So, but yeah, I had all mine kind of linked together. So I had like little bundles. I had 5 different groups. That worked out pretty good. But every now and then I'd pull one off if it was close to a payout. If I got them like a little bit different. So depending on how I traded them. So yeah, hyperfixating on the points. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I rotate out, I finally talked myself in. I didn't need to trade every one every day, and that kind of helped me. But yeah, for sure, I would go in and say, okay, I got this 10 points on this one, move to this one, get 15 on this one, and then if I didn't have one, if I got to my last couple and I didn't have anything, I'd notice myself trying to force trades, right? So now I just realize I don't have to trade all of them every day, and that helps. I mean, yeah, it's super nice with you. I love the 20 Apex accounts. I mean, 20 points, $200, $4 a day. I mean, that's awesome. I just don't have that anymore, so I'll trade all these kind of separate. Trade my evals a little bit tighter. My evals I'll usually go in with 2 minis maybe. Sell one at 100, 200 points if it's real quick pop. And I may only get, like today for instance, I think I've ran through 3 fundeds that I've worked on today. Yeah, real grateful these platforms exist. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if I could tell Apex I'm sorry, I would, but I didn't know you weren't supposed to make money on those. Right? And I know a lot of the guys on there just say they play the game, but I'm trying to play to win, I guess, so I just slowly put back a little bit of money each time I can take a payout. Usually take about 20% of it and kind of use that to buy the next evals or something. It's a little bit harder when you're playing take profit and lucid because you can't go in there and buy a $20 or $40 eval, but I'll usually set back about 20-25% for more evals, and then I'll set back 20-30% just in a cash account, just letting it build up slowly. So if I ever have to one day, I can start trading my own money. But I may be playing micros on that one, right? Come on. Oh yeah, for sure. The real market can abuse you. Yeah, that's why I'm cautious about how much I make with them. Yeah, I just didn't realize it would be that early in my trading. I was only with them for maybe 7, 8 months. Was really just getting the grasp on it where I felt like I was reading the charts and stuff really nice, and um, kind of got consistent. I think their consistency rule kind of helped me a little bit more because I would find myself not trying to make, as much as I could, 2,000, 3,000 on an account. And I knew if as long as I made that, 100, 200 bucks every day, I'd be consistent. And so I would rotate through a lot of those and make, 100 on each account and then go back and maybe try to do another 100, 200 again. And I think once as I got in that process of seeing that I needed to make 5 or 10 points, that's kind of where my strategy came from, I think. So I'd make that 10 points, and I kind of knew what I started looking for. And if I could find that setup, I knew I was almost guaranteed that 10 points. So yeah, and I don't, I think I never had 20 that I took a payout on. That would have been phenomenal. But I was probably consistently taking out 4,000 a week, maybe taking two of them full payout. Um, and that was where I changed it up a little bit now. I used to wait till I got that 4,100 to take that first payout, and then 46 to take the second payout. But I was just doing it 10 points at a time. So we're trying to move on, but I do miss them. Really not seeing anything here, guys. I mean, on a 15, excuse me, on a 15, we're really getting that kind of pullback setup, kind of. Yeah, Zero Dawn said consistency is key. What I've learned from the beginning with their firm, the small hits do add up. Yeah, and that's probably what I should have done, but I didn't know. I mean, when you get on and look at all the YouTube guys, they're saying, "Oh yeah, I 20 accounts, I take max payouts," and there was a couple of guys on there that that finally told me when it was kind of too late that they just play their game. Um, I think a lot of them do that with Top Step and stuff like that too, but I mean, at 15 minutes, kind of telling me we'd like to go back up a little bit, maybe, but we kind of made that wick at the bottom. We're kind of trying to turn green now. I mean, if you look at that, that's pretty close to half of that candle, right? I mean, and that's kind of the deal I like to see on a 1 minute for a pop. So that 835 is pretty good support. It's kind of where the 21 is on a 1 minute. Little hesitant because all I need is 6 points. Yeah, YouTube players do place an overwhelming emphasis on the massive winning days, but it's just normally workout in the long run. Yeah, I kind of finally started noticing that, and that's why, it never fails. I can call out kind of my play or what I want to do, and I don't expect anybody to take that trade because I'm not a professional or I'm not anything in finance whatsoever. But I notice even trying to follow somebody on YouTube, you you can't even almost perform their entries. I mean, I can tell y'all guys, hey, if it's going to bounce back down into the into the 50s, then I may be a buyer right there if the price action looks right. But I do that so y'all kind of know what I'm thinking, so y'all are kind of ahead of the game. And then if it does happen, then y'all know that that's what I was thinking. But it's just so y'all know what I'm thinking, and that way y'all can actually see it play out, what I'm thinking in my head, whether it works or not. Instead of a guy just saying, "Oh yeah, look guys, I got in back here." So yeah, I really just try to focus on kind of telling y'all what I'm thinking, and if it plays out, this is what I'm gonna do. But and y'all are gonna see the good days with the bad days a lot too. So I mean, we got lucky a while ago when I just missed that big drop. I got out, I think, 20, 30 seconds before that. Well, it's trying to make a push back up here. I don't know if this is going to be. This would kind of be my resistance right here at 63s. Kind of what I'm seeing is maybe like the 870s. That's kind of where it rejected there. We got 870s, 910s, and then the 940s. I got a pivot point at 949. So if we could build up to there, I'd definitely probably look at a short, but getting a good little pullback now. In fact, I don't need much, guys. So I'm going to, this will be in the Ripley's Believe It or Not. I mean, yeah, Miguel, right now, I mean, it's bouncing off the 14. I don't know if it's going to respect it. I mean, we got some support there. Um, I mean, yeah, right now, Miguel, it kind of looks like it's trying to get below. I guess that was on a 2 minute. I was on a 2 minute. It's above those. Definitely above those on the 5. On the 1, we're right at the 9. I mean, I like it pushing right there. So, but I'm going to switch to some minis just because I need $102 to get this one in consistency. So let's see if we can do that with some minis maybe. If we get any kind of push we want. Zero Dawn. I enjoy watching Zero Day J as well. I've learned with some aptitude on how to trade gold using my trend line strategy and the fibs' confluence. Yeah, I mean, he's really good with the Fibonacci, isn't he? I mean, he's really cool. I really like watching that. Watching him Power Hour a little bit. Not really a lot of trading, but right after. And then the Asian session, man, he does really nice on that. So, I spent several days kind of I used to use the Fibonacci all the time when I was trading options, and so seeing him use it on gold, man, it's money a lot of times. I call him Fibmaster J, yeah, for sure. I like that better than 0 Day J. You want to listen to him with headphones in if you got any family around, though. Yeah, he become fluent with the fibs for sure. And it's amazing how he can use it on a bigger time frame and a smaller time frame and just call it out pretty much perfect. I mean, it's amazing to see some of his entries be a couple ticks to get him in and then right at the deal to get him out. But I know he misses some sometimes, but for the most part, he's right there. Nice little pullback right there for a pop right back up. I'm going to try 2 right there, just stops below. If it wicks me out, we'll be fine. Just going to target this top shoulder right there for about 13 points on one, and then we'll bring the other one into break even. That is why I still need to figure out the proper alias for your channel. Yeah, for sure. Machine Gun Cowboy sometimes, right? Alright, there's our pop, kind of. Not too much. About 6-7 points, but still keeping my stops down here. Really was hoping it'd gain some traction after that fast wick. Kind of cleaned up some of these others. Proved that 27 was support. So, oof, right back down. Right back to our area again. Right back up. They're trying to pull it down pretty hard, so maybe we'll get a little pop right here. Machine Cowboy. I name is rings well and true. Heck yeah. Let's do it, Zero Dawn. Machine Gun Cowboy. Let's go. I'm digging it for sure. Kind of thinking that's what kind of sets me apart from some of the other ones anyway. There's not a lot of people that get on here in their cowboy hat, is there? And it's just normal for me. I mean, it's just every day. Thanks, Miguel. Yeah. I machine gun these sometimes. Especially if I turn on my order fill button, y'all would really be freaked out. I may have to do that. My trading view screen just flickered. We're getting some crazy wind here right now, guys. They've already shut down some electricity in a couple of the surrounding towns. Kind of crazy, but so if I lose y'all, it's not on purpose, but yeah, right now we're sitting at 40-mile-an-hour wind gust, but nothing too crazy yet, but Considering Xing this, guys, just because the way it's sitting. I mean, we're in a good spot, but the 9's starting to pull down, fixing to cross the 21. Really don't know if I want to be in this too much longer. I did know you turned off the order fill button. I appreciate it. Yeah, y'all would probably be freaking out. Yeah, here we go, guys. Here now we're getting a little pump. The weather's cold and rainy in Los Angeles. Man, we just got a big wind deal coming in, so little crazy. There's one taking off right there, guys. I'm going to set the other one in profit. I'm going to run it up. All right, I'm out of that one right there. So we made, what did we make there? Need about 70 bucks more. Rainy, but not too bad. Yeah, so I mean, some of the schools and stuff here, kind of first time I've heard about it, but they already closed. But yeah, right now we're like 80 degrees and 40-mile-an-hour wind. So let's get back over to the 5. 5 still shows a light pullback before any more. I don't know if we'll get another pop or not. If it pops back up to the top of this 850 area, well, a little too fast. Maybe that 850, I may take it as kind of supporting a little shelf right there. That's kind of the bottom of my trend line. Let's try 2 right there at the 850s. I'm going to put my stop below that wick and then another one back below here. Looks like it's going to wick it right out, but we're just in a couple micros. I'm in Ohio and it's currently 60 and clear. Nice. I mean, it's a little crazy for us to be in February and have 80-degree weather, but they've been calling this wind for about 4 or 5 days now, and some of the electrical companies up north, we had some fires last year, kind of in the prairie land, so a lot of the electricity and stuff, they went ahead and closed them down. Turned off some of the power already to keep those fires down, so stopped out of one right there. Kind of totally rejecting our highs right there. Where's that point at? Right there. Kind of set it to there now. Miguel, was that Apex you passed that eval on today? Is that what you were trading, Apex? Yes, sir. 2 evals. Man, that a boy. Heck of a job, man. That's awesome. I added in right there, guys, as soon as it retraced. Stopped out of that one already. Forgot to answer the question. The stone project went well this weekend and was able to finish it. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Super cool. was the high right there for a minute. We're going to have to get a little bit pull back for if we're going to get any momentum up. Modern fireplace set up and a custom backflash in the kitchen. Nice. You're gonna have to figure out how to send me some pictures on that, man. I'd love to see that. So we used to have back in the day, a couple years ago, I had a flooring store. So we did granite, stone backsplashes, carpet, vinyl, wood floor, LVT, all that stuff. So that's cool. Super cool. I've done a lot of backsplashes in my day. Or if you got an Instagram page, I'll get on there. If you post them on there, I'll get on there and look at them. That's cool, bro. The fireplace was white quartz and the backsplash was hybrid of travertine and white cotta marble. Nice. Super cool, yeah. I don't think I have a picture. If we kind of get above this 45s, guys, it's really struggling. But if we get above that 45 and maybe kind of come back and retest it, I think we could get that pop over the 460s. But I don't have anything social media related except this YouTube page. Do you have any of it on your YouTube? Look at that pop, guys. Was one that's 845 to hold and then kind of close above it and retest, and it just rocket shipped above it without us. Shucks. I mean, the 5 doesn't look too much better, but I don't. I mainly use YouTube for this. Well, cool. Well, if you ever get something or post something about with those pictures or something, let me know, because I love seeing good work. Being a contractor for many years, and you know, we do garage doors and stuff, so we do metal buildings, metal trim, roofing, seamless gutters, spray foam, stuff like that. Man, I love to see that kind of stuff. I don't know if you've seen any on Greg's, but he's been working with a guy doing a fireplace, and it's phenomenal. It's like 20-foot ceiling, so that fireplace goes all the way up to the top, and they've got some stone on it and some white, real nice white colored, and really nice little setup they're doing there. So I was going to try to show you a picture of my fireplace at my house. It had just old ugly brick. This was probably, well, this was every bit of 15 years ago, but I went in there and floated that thing and hardy backered it and put up black vinyl, or not black vinyl. I put up black granite tile. Did the tiles. I wish I could have done full sheets, but those massive formal setup where the client request. Yeah, for sure. Can get very tedious. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think Greg and them's been there for a long time, so he thought they were going to be finished Friday, but I think it's going to be even a little bit longer now. I may try 2 right there, guys, if the 9 holds. I'm not totally convinced it is. Looks like it's really pulling back on the 1 minute, but the 5, it retraced about half that candle. In theory, I probably should wait for it to get back up to 861, but I'm going to try right in there at the 9. Let me get you kind of pushed back over there. So went fairly light, so I've got 2. If it stops 1 there, that'll kind of limit my exposure. Really think we're going to get that bull flag pop right here, though. And shoot, I may target, what are we going to target, guys? At least that high. Maybe these 880s. How did you do this morning on the other channel? Did pretty good. I've been trading with Greg and them been using micros, so it's kind of hard for me to go in with minis, and you know, I can make 1,000, 1,500 in seconds if we're right. And they make, you know, $40, $50. So the last 3 days I've been trading micros with them. Hadn't really done that before, you know, and right now it's probably my 4th time to trade micros. Pretty fun. It kind of keeps it a little interesting, but I think I made 503 today just trading micros. So yeah, it was a pretty good day just for micros. Got a fast wick down. Didn't really catch the bottom. I just added into my position right there. Move me down to the 847s. Stop will be below 34 if it goes back and retest it. Looks like we're going to get that big push down now. It couldn't clear that 860s area very good, so definitely showing some weakness now. See if we can recover any of this. But it's a very different paradigm shift for you when you're trading micros. It can be very beneficial in volatility. Yeah, I mean it's definitely different. I kind of look at it, you know, sometimes when you're playing a mini and you're down $100, you're not worried. When you're in a micro and you're down $100, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to recover from that unless I switch back over to NQ. So I've kind of played it several times. Well, if that happens, I'll just switch back over and wait for a good setup, and 10 points will get me back to even. So kind of what I see anyway. Trying to get that pop. There's a good pop up to take off 2. Getting pretty volatile. Got 2 left. I'm going to target that top shoulder unless it comes back down here. That 9's really crossing over that 21 now. Isn't that crazy to have that mentality to know you're playing some micros, but if you lose 100 points, you can just switch over to NQ and get 10 points and have it back. She's fighting, guys. She's trying to get a pump. 130 candle just came in. Our 15 got a little bounce. Still doesn't look like it's going up, but we'll just ride this till it hits our stop or hits our if it gets back above the 9 and 21, I'll start trailing a little bit, but it does psych me out. Yeah, for sure. There we go, guys. Beautiful pump back up. I'm going to just push this up here and just kind of trail a little bit. If we get the big pop, there's 13, 14 points off the top. Look at that push, guys. There's 21 points for that one. Got one left. Targeting these highs right here. We're just going to see if we can get those highs. I'm going to pull right back down, but I'm going to give it a little room. We may break even on this one, but if the 9 and 21 will hold, this may have been just a good bull fake out to get a good continuation down now, but let's see if we can at least get 40 points out of it or so. Where's 40? Right in there. Up about 20 points right there. Looks like we're going to get a pullback now. Looked like it wanted to go for a second, but if we can't make a new higher high right there, that 860 is definitely our rejection point for now. Bounce off the 9 again. Let's get another squeeze going. Come on, guys. Looks like the Bears want it more, huh? Here we go, guys. Come on. Was that 28 points right there? Push. I'm going to take my stop and just move it to the bottom of these wicks. So guaranteed 16, 17 points right there. Looking for those highs to be taken out. Getting a nice push. This 868 is going to be pretty tough. Looks like it rejected just right up, just a hair, kind of wicked right above it. So we're about 10 points below it. May come get us. We're guaranteed 20 points right there, guys. Looking for 40 though. If we can stay above my little blue line right there, that's kind of the high. That 65s. Definitely want to be above 68. Let's see if we can go a little higher. What do you think? Where can we get to, guys? Can we get 890s? If we can clear this area here, we got 878. So 880 may be the top. I'm going to move it to the bottom of that wick now. Another fast little bull flag. They're trying to push. That 68, 65 is holding now. 24, 888. Yeah, I like that. That's exactly where I just set mine. Kind of the bottom of that wick, so that's kind of what I was thinking. Really want to shoot for that. I don't want it to come wick me out and not be in the trade, but there you go. There's 78. So it's kind of a fast wick, so I'm going to move it to the bottom of that wick now. So guaranteed 25 points right there, guys. Look at that. Look at that, chat. Come on. Come on, give us the 88s. Give it to us. I'm going to move it to the 80s. It may stop me out right there. Come on. Now let me move it back down. Let's get that 88. Let's get that 88. Come on. Giddy up. Let's go, chat. Come on. That's 51 points, guys, if it hits our target. It was about a point and a quarter off. So 50 points would have been a better, 49.5 points would have been a better target. But come on. Let's at least get 50 out of this. Come on. I'm going to move it to the bottom of that wick. Guaranteed 40. Guaranteed 40 points, guys. And stopped out. Good little trade, guys. Yeah, booyah. Heck yeah. Machine Gun Cowboy coming at you. Spitting blanks sometimes. We got a good one that time. Nice trade right there. I deleted that line a while ago when we got up here, but I can't remember. We were kind of right here. We had this high at our 1256, and then we had it at the 105 as kind of our highs. We were really respecting that. We had this fast wick here. I entered down in here at the 39s. As soon as it crossed above it, I think I actually bought at the 39 and it came and wicked back down, but that 39.50 area is roughly where we entered. Went long just as it crossed that blue line. That's when I kind of knew we had some strength. We had that big green doji. Took that with TPTs. Heck yeah, excellent. Great job. Nice job, Zero Dawn. That's awesome. But kind of took it there. was kind of expecting this top shoulder, but when we pushed up that hard, we had some room to kind of let it play. So Miguel, hey Cowboy, my uncle started following you. He likes how you work. Hey, thanks, I appreciate it. Good deal. Miguel's got his whole family. Tell your mom I said hi too. I don't know if she's watching, but tell her I said hi. Yeah, you know, I just wanted to tell you what I was thinking. I mean, that doji made me a little nervous, but we had that big drop and then a big stair step, and then once we had that final wick, we didn't break that 26 area, and it was just, I mean, I just barely drew. You know, I kind of put my stop there, so I had that line. When it didn't break it, that's when I knew, okay, if we come back down and retest, as long as we don't go below 30, I try to enter. I think I tried to enter like 34 or 35, but it got me in at 39. So I knew that blue line, and it really just respected it and just jumped. So good play for everybody for sure. Getting a little pullback now. Now we may go get those 88s now, but yeah, shoot, we got that. So this is the one I played with Greg this morning. So we got 503 with him today. So we just got $1,020 on this session here. The other one we played with him, or the other one we started, this is the one we started the stream today, 1555 playing minis. So it produced well with a rejection at 230 in that last 50 seconds on that 5-minute close. Yeah, man, isn't it great to see that 50-second push? Yeah, nice push. Look at that. Mr. Miyagi up in here. I don't know about that. Is it going to be a double top, or is that going to keep pushing? Pretty good rejection there. Kind of if it went and, I'm not going to do anything, but kind of if it went and retested that 86, it may be a good short to catch the top, but a little scared now. I'm glad it worked out since you took that same trade too, Zero Dawn. All the credit goes to you, though. You push the buttons. Yeah, 2488. Man, I can't believe it hit it. And I tried to pull it down a little bit, too, to make sure it would get that 88. But I think I had it at 88.25. And that's kind of what we had on the 1 hour. Or that's what I was looking at, kind of, was that. That was kind of the bottom of that wick. Well, 88 even was the bottom of that wick, so. Nice call out, too. I probably wouldn't have moved it up there. I kind of moved it up there, then you said the same thing. I was fixing to pull it back down, and when you said the same thing, I was like, all right, bet. It is a pivot point area. Yeah, see, my next pivot point I have is 950, but that's just playing off that standard pivot point, I think is what I have on there. I used to have a better pivot point deal on here, and it just wasn't there one day. But I think it was just called pivot point standard on my 5-minute on Trade Evade. Okay. Do you use a pivot point indicator on Trade Evade? Pivot point standard. Okay. Let's check that out. Type pivots only. What did I do wrong? Right there. Go back and search on indicators. Pivot resistant 1. I'm going to save it on here to see. Okay, yeah. It's kind of right in there, real hazy, but yeah, 888. Let me switch over to NQ because that's what I use. Oh my. Leave it as the normal settings. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, I use the standard pivot. I used to have the standard pivot points on my trading view, but it's only kind of on the higher time frame. So it's like the 1 hour, the 30. When I get down to the 1, 2, 5, 15, they don't show up. So on the 1 hour, the next pivot point we have is 950. And I don't know what changed on it. I just kind of barely use those. I usually look back on the hourly and find it. I don't know why I didn't put it on there. I'll leave it on my 5 and 15. Okay. Nice. It probably respects it more on the 5 and the 15, doesn't it? Kind of use those and then kind of use it 1 minute as an entry or something. Use those as your key pivots. Nice job, guys. Yeah, we just had a really good trade right there, so pretty proud of that one for us, for sure. Scroll out and back in for the show. Yeah, I didn't really see it. I saw it on my MNQ. me refresh it right there. Okay, I got you now. I didn't zoom out far enough, did I? There we go. So yeah, we got that one up there. We'd probably see it better a while ago, but then we got one at 780. Or what is the 7? Yeah, the 780 and then 637. Nice. I may leave that on here for a while. Yeah, because I always look at Trading View and then go back and forth. Right, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to change it up. We can't have... We definitely need those trades, though, for sure. And I almost hit it on my funded, one of my take profits, and I clicked on it, and then I saw it kind of moving, so I moved back up to my lucid up here that we're trading, and because I wasn't on that screen before, it didn't enter me, and then it was up like 5 points, and I was like, man, I'm not gonna give up $100 on a funded if it comes back down, so I just stayed out of it. So nice pullback to the 14 right there. There's the 14. It kind of held before. Nice move on the... Oh, yeah. I appreciate you making fun of me right there for sure. Oh, there's no telling how many times I do that, though. It's kind of crazy, but just so y'all can see, kind of, I don't know if it's... Yeah, I hit it earlier, so let's see if it's still in play. Well, let me get y'all the right thing. There's my setup. So I have 3 screens up here in my laptop. And so if I'm looking something up or I'm on the wrong screen and I'm working a screen and I'm working on one and then I move over to the other screen, if I just click once, if I click buy or sell one time, well, it doesn't enter me in that trade. It just puts me on that screen. So I've got a double click, so it does get me sometimes, but I was busy making $80 with 2 micros zeroed on, so just because you made it with minis, always got to make fun of the guy. But I mean, trading on here live, it's a lot better for me to be more patient. So when it didn't enter me, it's a lot better because I stay out of it. So whereas before I just say, oh, I still believe in it, I'm going to keep going. So still made a nice move. I mean, 5 points wouldn't have been nothing, but there's been trades where I've gotten in 5 points too late and I ate that 100 plus another 200. So yeah, Miguel, let's go. Did you catch any of that with us? Zero Dawn lit it up. Nice bounce off the 21 there. Got the box kind of right below us at 816, but Yeah, and I'm just glad when somebody else sees it and catches that trade, man, that makes me happy. If I'm not patient anymore, that's where I blow up stuff. So, I'm not saying that I'm good at it, but I do work on it and respect it. So, it's better for me just to wish I was in the trade than wishing I wasn't, right? Come on. Good little retracement down, man. I don't know. I mean, we're 60 points back down from where we just hit our high, but still a little nervous to try anything, y'all. What do y'all think the next play is? Probably nothing unless we're machine gunning it, right? Yeah, right. I mean, I still got that on here. Um, so yeah, guys, kind of what Zero Dawn's talking about. We got this trend line right here. Let me shrink it a little bit so we can see everything. Maybe a little off right here. Probably needs to come down a hair more, but kind of just looking for this setup to cross over, break below. So right here at this point in time, we'd have to break below 760s. Which would be nice because that would be a nice rejection, bounce off of it. Maybe come up and retest it, you think, and then get a push back down. I mean, if we went back to the lows, that'd be a nice 300 point move. But even if we went back to the bottom, you'd be looking at a nice little 100 plus point move. So there's your 15. So it closes in about a minute and 15 seconds. We're getting that 816 move right here. I'm not saying I wouldn't YOLO a buy off of there, but I'd almost YOLO a buy right there to see if we got a little bounce back up. But I'm pretty much done for the most part. We got two evals all the way back up over 1,500 a piece, so had that good 50 point trade just a second ago, so $780 to $760, my bad. If we get weak and you know when it starts pushing down, it fall. Might get in somewhere between 680 and 60. So 780, 760 if it crosses that tree. Yeah, I see it exactly. So, and kind of the play that I like, or if it happens, better on a 5. I like to see it drop below it and get a closure below it, and then see if we come back up and retest it. My gosh, I'm probably making y'all dizzy, but that's kind of what I like to see. But I like that we're back below the 14 and 21. on a 1 minute, the nine, or I'm sorry, on the 5, the 9's already pointing straight down, kind of. So, I mean, we made one nice drop on a 1 minute, had a real nice bear flag, another drop. We're making that nice bear flag again. Probably should have tried a little earlier. You think this area up here at 8:55 zero dawn would have been good when it came back and retested the 9, or maybe even back here at the 8:45s. It's kind of respecting that 9 now, but maybe we get a little bounce right here. I think we're getting that bounce just because this is the top of the 15-minute box, right, guys? Yeah, 0 cent. I'd be honestly looking for a 100-point move. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think it'd be 100 plus if it could do it. I mean, I guess you could kind of focus on the 200 EMA. I mean, we got the VWAP at 688, so that could be your 100-point move roughly. And then if it breaks through, maybe target the. We got a lot of support at the 650. It's bounced several there, and we got the 200 at 653. So, but we just got a big push back up. So let's kind of see what plays out. About halfway through a 5. I like that we don't have any wick on the bottom of this 15-minute. We pushed up and made a little wick. Kind of that 37 was kind of a rejection area. 44 even more. Nice push down. She's tempting. She is tempting. Wish I'd have got in back at that 828 area, honestly. Let's make sure this isn't a little inversion. $247 New York, 24,862. There was a setup on one smaller time frame trend lines that broke to the downside, but I wasn't sure if this area pivot point at 24,888. Yeah, I kind of like that push down there. That would have kind of got me interested in that push up for the rejection of it. And then this candle, you know, still closed below the 21, so yeah. Yeah, I love that. I like that the 9's so far away too from even the 21. We're currently riding atop the 50. Yeah, you know, I was really wanting that break. I really don't think we're going to get a bounce right here though, right? Do you? I mean, look at our previous on just the 5 minute. We had that big volume. Now we have half of it and we're barely staying. So half that volume and it being red, I feel like we're really going to get that push down, but I don't know what to do but try. Well, too late. I say try and then it jumps down 10 points. And yeah, I don't know if anybody got it, but Greg just sent me a text from Sink or Swim and said that Apex sent him a deal saying that Apex is 90% off again. So they changed it from 80 back to 90. Is that what y'all heard too? Nice push down. Kind of respected it there. Yeah, weakness potentially on the horizon. I don't want to influence anything. I got a text from Apex as well. Cool. I mean, yeah, usually Zero Dawn, you know, I mean, I love the short setup. I see exactly what y'all are seeing. Um, Usually, though, when I see this, it kind of had this bottom here, no wicks. It came back down and filled that and made this nice wick. I would usually try to buy it right in here with my stop below this and see if we got to push back up. But I don't know if that's going to happen right now or not. But usually I'd be a buyer around the 805s. So just out of, if it'll push back up over the 810s, the 805 I like as an entry, but yeah, definitely would have to cross my trend line for sure. I see that 100%. If he can get back over those 807s, I'll try a little long back up to maybe 820s. Stop only be, I'll go ahead and give it to the 800s, but so there's the close above. See if we can get that push on it. Just trying to see if we can get that 818 area. Because Could also be a fake out and pump to squeeze the short. Yeah, I mean, it did that earlier for sure, didn't it? We're kind of getting a lot of just slow down stop right here too, so I don't know what that's about. I mean, we're just really running out of volume right here. I'm getting a little push. Nothing to write home about. Yeah, every pop's getting sold off, guys. I'm going to bring these back to break even, see if it just stops me out. Still looking for that 818 if it gets a quick push, but yeah, it didn't work out. Gonna wait a little bit longer. And look at that. Glad I did. I mean, I still like that. I still like that thesis. I wish I would have got in up here though when it made these two dojis up here. I mean, that's on a 5 minute, so that's a pretty good sign that we're not going to go back above that 873s, I think. The biggest, the largest machine gun cowboys. Let's go. All of us outlaws are here together, right? Well, I don't know. Y'all may not want to be called outlaws, so. That 791, well, it bounced a little early. I kind of thought that 791. Probably should wait on those 80s, though, if we're going to get any kind of quick bounce. But right now, if you're just following the 9 and respecting the 9, you probably could stay short till it pops over it again. That's just what I kind of seen on the 1 minute. If we kind of get that pop. 2 minutes left on this 5, so there's kind of my setup I like. Is it going to push anything? Kind of right off the 80, the 800s, 805s. If it pushes back up a little, I'll get in at 805-ish, 803. There's a little push up. Nothing too fancy. Probably just going to trail these. There's 8 points on one. Still riding the other one. We'll get 10 points either way. I got 8 out of that one. This one's up about... My stop's at 2 points, so... We'll get $200 worst case if it stops us out. But see, still respecting that 9. And out. I'm watching the 9 EMA. Yeah, I mean, that's what... I kind of was hoping it'd get above it and run to the 21 for us, but I think that's a nice rejection for the short continuation, but I want it to get below our trend line here, but I don't want it to bounce off of it either, so that's kind of what we're watching, Miguel. We're just kind of watching to see if this plays out, see if this hits and bounces, or if it gets below it. We've come down about 70 points, 80 points. Well, 100 points from the bottom right there, so kind of my same setup again, guys. Kind of thinking we may get a wick through the 21. Going to be a player at 808, 810 area if it pushes back up over the 9. Yeah, see, it's still going to reject it, so we're not doing anything yet. If it pushes back through the 805s with good speed, I'd enter, but I think this short's playing out pretty nice. Trying to find support at that 95 area. Just doesn't look like it has it though. I mean, no longs at all for me right now, guys. I don't even know if the 805 area would be a good. 779 next area. No call out. Took one off that 802 area right there. Seeing if we can just get a good squeeze the way it kept setting up right there. Didn't want to call that out because I wasn't sure about it. I literally had it enter it. I had it set at 802, had my stop at 795. I think this may be short-lived. Yeah, see right back below the 9. Rejected right off the 21. Yeah, nothing there, guys. Nothing there. $7.79. So what do we show? Kind of drew that 779 right there on our trading view. Got it on Tradeovate too, guys. Kind of weird that you do have to. I'm glad you told me you have to scroll out and scroll back in. But just kind of watching it right here. That's right there at our kind of our support of our trend line, right? So we may get a pretty good little bounce there, but nothing to write home about. It'd be kind of hard to take a long right there. I mean, not hard for me, but I wouldn't recommend it right now. I'm definitely a perma bull, so if y'all just say long, I'll just get in without even looking at the chart if y'all tell me to. So that's why I got to be careful. Give me just a second, guys. I'm gonna grab a water. Y'all check this out too. Let me see if I can get it plugged in right here while we're killing time. My beautiful, loving wife of 25 years today got me this for my birthday a couple weeks ago. But check that out, guys. How cool is that? Let me kill the lights for y'all. Look at that, guys. Isn't that cool? I gotta get it hung up somewhere. Right? That is sick. Man, that's the coolest thing. And then I got my bull back there in the back. I don't know if y'all noticed it. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my little bull with the cowboy hat on. How cool is that? Can y'all see that lit up in the back? Are y'all doing anything right there on that bounce? Anything, guys? I took a little long off that little body of that bounce right there just now. I'm gonna sell one for about 120 bucks. Set my stop here. May come right back down, but yeah, right back down. Not bad. Got about 140 bucks off that. Basically just clicked on that the second I turned the lights back on. I kind of like it with the lights off. Y'all probably can't see me very good, huh? I feel like I'm in a spaceship. Yeah, my problem with longing is how many times I've been smoked. I know it. I know it. And you don't want to do it on the, I mean, I just show y'all how I trade sometimes and where I'm at, but you know, you called out that pivot point. It was on the chart. I marked it. It was the exact same when we crossed over the blue. I knew we may get a good bounce there. I mean, we ended up getting a 12 point, 11 point bounce, but I think I got 7 of those total. I mean, what are we thinking right here? I mean, do we want this to come back up? Kind of come back up and retest that. I like that we closed below it twice here. And this was kind of, I don't like that wick up there. But now we're right there at the 200. I mean, do we take a chance there? Do we wait for it to come back up? Kind of wait for it to come back up. Our 9's way up here at the 88s. just touched the 9. Kind of rejected a little bit. Which is our blue line again. So that's kind of the setup I look at if I am shorting. Kind of the same thing if I'm long too. So 81, 82, maybe a buyer. If it rejects again right here, if this is going to make a little bear flag, make sure this 75 is not support. Okay, I like that drop. I'm just in small, just in 1 mini. If it stops me out, it stops me out. Kind of thinking the 761s maybe. If we can get that flush. If not, I'm out at 780 if it comes back up and retest. So I'm going to relax and get 20 bucks out of this trade if it doesn't work out. Or I could take 150 right there. Oh, shoot. Nice drop. I'm going to trail it to the bottom of that. Guaranteed 6 points now. Still targeting the 760, 762, 3 area, but probably going to wick me out right here. Yep, stop me out. Got 120 out of that one, guys. Really thought I was going to have a short right there, Zero Dawn, and everybody's going to be proud of me. Thought I was going to be able to post that. I don't know if y'all noticed if y'all ever get to watch my opening or closing of mine, but the one trade I have on there is a short. That way everybody thinks I'm a bear. And then all I do is long it all day after that. Probably get a pretty good pump here just because the 15-minute is fixing to close. We got the 5:15, got our 50-second push. Just like what we always talk about. I mean, there's the push. Is that going to be good rejection there? Or that yellow line's the line we drew right there. The 780 pivot point, 779. Oh, hard candle open, nice push down. Was that a fake out or what? I got in at 24.8. Nice. So yeah, that big wick up there. I'm not in anything, but I wish I was. So right off that big bounce. I mean, I like that. I like that a lot. Good job. I probably wouldn't have got in on that candle watching it, but that the next candle, when it came back up there and tested that 9, so 792 probably if I'd have been quick enough, but kind of what I did on this 225 candle when it came up and tested it and then dropped, but trying to grab a knife off the bottom right there, guys. Just went with 2. Just trying to catch that quick bounce in at 751. There's 10 points there. I'll take that one off if it hits. There's 15 points. Took one off. Took both off, so about 400 on that trade right there, just playing that bounce. Kind of like that, just right off of the just like that off the 21 right there, the way it bounced with that 200 right above it, but trail it pretty tight. Yeah, I thought I had a good entry. I probably should have stayed in a little bit longer because then we had that good flush, but just trailed it too tight. I think I got 6 or 7 points out of it, so. If I was in where you were, I'd just be sitting on it at break even probably. Yeah, for sure. If I could turn these monitors over, it makes a lot of difference. So I can catch the bounce and make 20 points no problem, but and I don't know why. You know, when I started options, I thought up was the only way, and I figured out short was the way. So I was a definite bear when it comes to options. Still am for the most part. Yeah, just flip them over. That's what I need to do. I need to just have a inversion button where I can just flip it and everything turns around. Nice little push off of that. It kind of wicked through, but that 751 was kind of a previous wick. So kind of wicked off of it a little bit. But got the 9 right here, so wouldn't be long right now, guys. Although I could have just got 10 points. Oh, shoot. Hard for me to be long too now when I'm rooting for Zero Dawn over here to be short, so I'm rooting for him. He's already in the killer trade. 2:35, guys. About 14 minutes left for our crazy candle. Really getting that pullback. I like the 5 as far as the shorts. It wicked up about half that previous candle, pushing right back down. Hoping for a 5-minute candle like the 120 to the downside. I mean, you're getting it right now. I mean, that bear flag right here, it kind of tricked me out a little bit, but I knew that 9 was going to resist. Look at that, right back down to the 745s. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful play. Playing out so nice. Little support right here at the 740s. Not sure what kind of bounce we'll get right there, but gonna just try 2 right there. See if we get a quick pop. May get nothing. Stop below these wicks. There's 7, 8 points. I'm gonna bring this one to at least 5. Got 5 out of one of them, so made $100. The other one's a break even if we fall through. Kind of thought we may get that push back up to 54, but and runner hit, so made $100 off that. Now I'm purely catching knives, guys. If you want to be in a good trade right now, you need to be watching the chat, checking out Zero Dawn. Called out his put at the 800s. And he's just been riding that sucker down for 100 points probably. Excellent move. Starting to slowly stair step on the 5, but we're still looking super weak. I mean, making a little shelf right there. Jumped in right there a little fast. That 9's kind of holding. Looking for the 760s if it gets a quick pump. We had 13 points for a second there, but right back down off the 9. Maybe would have been a better entry for a short right here, but There we go. Just looking for that push to the 760s right there. All right, TP hit right there, guys. TP hit right back down. Kind of the setup I like right here. If I was going back in real quick, retraced half that candle, pumped right back to the top. Better entry if you're not too nervous would have be that 758 if it pushes through it. But you can't get a whole lot out of it. 765, 770 maybe, so just a little retrace for sure. Little retrace because I think those 765s are still, that's going to be our resistance right there. Hold on just a second, guys. Check this out, chat. This is my boy. He just came up here to show me playing his little options today. What'd you have, SPY? SPY today, guys. 107%. Can y'all see that right there? Made 700 bucks today. Not bad for being in your 20s, huh? Riding those candles. Yeah, great job, man. I always love it when I see my boys win for sure. Really cool to see them stepping in and learning the tricks of the trade too. And he's nothing like me, Zero Dawn. He'll short it, long it, together, same time, different time. Oh, he loves those options. Big pump back up on the 5, guys. Right back up. See if we get that 50-second push. I don't know if it's going to be a push or not. I'm not in anything. Oh, beautiful push. Stopped out at 750. I'm glad it worked out for you, man. I mean, you still got 50 points out of that thing. Heck of a move. I mean, it's awesome to see. I mean, with 24/7. Yeah, you know, I really thought it was going to flush to that. I mean, I really thought we were headed for the VWAP. And we should have had this little pullback. I mean, I think this is a little pullback, but I think this is a little push up, maybe to continue down. We trended down so nice, though. Such a nice pullback. I mean, on the 5, this kind of looks like a nice reclaim. Right here, if we get this little push down, maybe back to maybe back to the 70s. Not a lot of wick up, maybe a push back up, but the 9's crossing over the 21 right there. I mean, the cool part is you made 50 points on the way down, made $1,000 with one mini if you're just playing one mini. And I made $1,000 just catching the longs as it bounced every time. So yours was way more of a better trade, less worry, less stress, but see guys, I like how that made that. Got right back above our 779. Showing that that's kind of a good shelf support, but looks way better on the 5 than it does on the 1. The 1 tells me we're fixing to dump it again. The 5 tells me to hold on just a little bit. Nice little flush there. We'll show you what I look for. This is the I got last week. Yeah, and I really want to dig in deeper with that. I mean, I love that. I love that theory. I love the setup. I mean, I see it. You know, I probably pay attention to that a lot more than I show. I just don't take the shorts. So, I mean, indeed, I do love that setup for sure. So I'm glad you're on here. I mean, I think it helps everybody, right? For sure. About a minute 20 left before our MOC candle, guys. Yeah, and 09 does the same for the long setup as well, guys. So anybody going to try to ride that 250 candle? The MOC candle? Is anybody crazy enough? Yeah, so Zero Dawn has roughly a 90% win rate the way he tested. That's amazing. Super cool. Super cool, guys. There's the MOC candle crazy, guys. Crazy. Anybody trying that one? Don't look as bad as on the 15 minute. The 15 minute you're not too worried. The 1 minute you're like, holy cow, what's going on? Rejected right off the 200. Right back down. I was about to say long. Yeah, I had a long setup in there, and I was like, don't risk it. It probably would have got me though. I mean, I was gonna set it for 790, but right back down. Kind of a nervous little candle right here for sure. See if we can get it 752s. Just see if we can get a quick little pop. Just risking the bottom there. Just doing a little funsy heart rate trade. Nope, don't got it. Just to get the heart rate up a little bit, right? This is where you get the name Machine Gun right here, though. Nice push up. Anything can happen right here, though, chat. There's our 5, even though that really don't tell us anything. Nice little push back up. Our 54 candle and 55 candle will be the big show. After getting this little push right here. Let me get over there. Let me get over there. $9.40. I'm working on it. Bottom of the 10, 15. And delete this one. Yeah, my 840. Yeah, that's 840. And then I guess I did the 1015 wrong. So it'd be your 1115. Yeah, that's pretty close right there then. So something like that. my picture out of the way. Does that look right? There's my 840. That'll be 915 then. So it'd be down here. Where's that at? So we're looking at more. So we're looking more of this pull here. And then I got you, yeah. What are we doing right now? So we had a little wick down, little wick up. Nothing really going on, guys. $10.16. Yeah, I like that zeroed on. Yeah, you were in a little bit of drawdown at 10.16, but then they just rocketed right back up, huh, for a beautiful move. So it's again at 10.47. 528 is where I got in. 10.47. So that'd be my 9.47. Yeah, nice. So you probably kind of had the same. Well, I totally messed it up there. So yeah, I kind of think that would have. I mean, I'd have to go back and look, but may have one of the trades me and Greg took off that bottom. He shorted it down there, but yeah, that 10.47. See, that would have been my perfect setup because we had this move, we had this hammer candle come back, so my entry would have been, I would have waited for it to come down a little farther, but I would have set my buy at 529. That way when it pushed back up, and it may have happened too fast there, but yeah, I see that totally. And then, yeah, then just ride the 14 all the way up. I mean, you could have rode the 14 with the 21 as your stop. It would have banked long and hard, huh? Nice. I like that. Right back up to those 779s, guys. Oh, I just moved it. I don't know how I moved it, but I moved it. You know, that's where we wanted that break earlier. It bounced off the 9 EMA, yeah. That 779 is where we marked it earlier, where we wanted that breakout. There was a clear breakout. If you notice here, it went back above it, wicked above the 200. Straight rejection right there. Yeah, right off the 9 and 21 on a 5. Nice, Zero Dawn. Yeah, I definitely wanted you to stick with us for a while. Teaching a lot of good stuff that we can implement for everybody. Kind of hit every trader that way. All right, guys, let's hit a nice recap real quick while we're here. Let me get my screen back up. There I am. All right, guys, beautiful move right here. I mean, Zero Dawn caught that downside from the 800s all the way down to the 750s. Heck of a trade. We caught a couple in between there for some bounces. Just a few receipts on the day. This got this little eval right here. We did 15.23 on it. Oh no, you didn't distract me from trading. I wasn't trading it at all, Zero Dawn, not at all. After 250, I kind of stay out of it for sure. I just want to recap, show everybody. Made 503 on this one today with Greg at Sink or Swim. Went ahead and brought it up, made $1,020 on it to get it back up to the 15.23. That's the 50% consistency on Lucid. Next one we had right here. Did this one right at the start of the stream. Kind of went a little too fast, so we already had to pull up another one. Got that one at 15.55. And then this was supposed to be tomorrow's eval. We'll try to have one for every day to play live, but we ran out of eval, so we grabbed this one right here. Wrote a couple small ones down with Zero Dawn. Caught a bunch of nice knives today on it. Got it to 1,059. So nice, low. Didn't risk a whole lot. Took some break evens on some. So yeah, guys, I mean, got almost 3 evals up to the consistency rule. Nice, slow. Mainly played with minis. One of those on there, we had about $102 left, so we traded micros and got it passed. Got it up to the 1,500, so nice day all in all. Zero Dawn had some phenomenal trades up above. NQ's really pushing pretty good right now. Finally got over that 779. The 780s kind of found support there. I think this is going to be a good time to stop. Yeah, thank you too, Zero Dawn. He said, have a good one, Machine Gun Cowboy, and thanks for the good stream. Yeah, hey, I hope to see y'all all tomorrow. Thanks for coming by. We enjoyed it. Again, me and Greg will be on Sink or Swim about 9:30 Eastern, a little before then. if any of y'all want to hop on there and trade with us. Then I've been jumping on after that around lunchtime here, so usually around 12 o'clock my time, so 1 o'clock Eastern. Jump on here. Let's see if we can have some fun. Again, thanks guys. God bless all of y'all. Have a good day. Giddy up. Let's go. Thanks guys. Come on.
When the market gets wild, only one man rides it, the trading cowboy.
Boots on the floor, screen lights glow. Jar like an open road, get it up, let's go. I'm the trading cowboy, stocks are my thing, and Q on the dashboard, hear that bell ring. Bear flags, bull flags, a rope and I brand. This could be the best 8 seconds ever hit this land.